responsibility and I'm accountable for that. But ma'am, for me, I need to work in a way I'm comfortable with and that is empowering my team to handle these patients even in my absence.
But since nothing has happened so far, hence no action has been taken.
Rolling, roll camera. Rolling, clap.
Scene 47, shot 1, take 1.
And action.
There's this friend of mine, Dr. Jagdish, and who is an ENT surgeon in Bangalore, and he's also into theatre and production. And he and his production team reached out to us to make a story about me and my work. And that's when I realized that they had already done a series, a web series, on his own work called Starting Troubles. And every series they want to take a doctor's story, which had something they could communicate, a message to the market. And they felt that neuromodulation, neurorehabilitation is a very unique idea, plus a burning problem that needs to be addressed.
So in the season 1, it was basically my story from the book on a doctor balancing between inventing new devices and doing stand-up comedy. And for the last 2 years over the pandemic, we've been grappling with the thought that how do we take this forward, how do we grow this? And one of the things that we realized is that this concept of Starting Troubles should not just be limited to one person's story and the inspirations or the motivations that others get from it. I think it should be able to get many doctors' stories so that different people from different backgrounds can all get inspired or get motivated or at least relate to authentic medical content, which for some reason our Indian media industry lacks. And I think we have put a foot into this. And now with season 2, we are portraying a story of another versatile doctor, a very accomplished neurosurgeon who is bringing in a new approach to treat patients who otherwise would remain disabled for the rest of their lives, and they just don't know about it. We're very thankful to Dr. Sharan and Dr. Pratibha and the entire PRS Neurosciences team when we approached them saying that we would like to feature this in season 2. Though they were very skeptical upfront, but they said that we will be involved only in the clinical accuracy aspects, while we must admit that we have cooked up a lot of stories to make it a little more engaging and a little more entertaining for the audience. But nonetheless, it is inspired by a true, true events and an actual impact that has been created amongst patients. So for me, it's nice to see this growth, and I'm still being a part of it.
From what interaction I've had with him from the time I landed into Bangalore, it appears, I would go one step ahead and say like the miracle man. And the fact that you're willing to step out, like I've stepped out of my comfort zone, I guess he's done the same thing. Leaving aside standard procedure, trying something new, taking that chance, succeeding at it, and changing the lives of so many people. I think it's commendable. He deserves that.
I personally feel that the message why Dr. Sharan is doing this effort and making this series or this film, whatever you may call it, this exercise, he's doing it so that he has been in his life a very upfront, a doctor with great morals, a doctor with a good conscience. For him, the patient has always come first and the money has come later.
It's a wonderful message. I think this is not just for the the medical team or people related to medical field. This series is not just for them. I think every person should watch it. I know initially it might be difficult for them to understand all the nitty-gritties of all this medical thing happening, but I'm sure they will take away valuable information from this series, which will be helpful for a lot of people. I'm sure, if they understand this, they can pass on this message to others also, the way things can be done or helped for people or for patients who really need them.
I think building awareness around this and letting people know that there is an option and it's not just like an off switch or an on switch, that there's a spectrum in between of recovery that can happen for different people is, I think, extremely crucial, because it can create like a new lease of life for somebody. And I think we take things for granted too much, and this is like a reminder that not everyone has the privileges that some of us do.
These kind of stories should come out in front of the public, and to create awareness, to share information, and also to allow people to be able to reach out to those organizations who can help them.
What Dr. Sharan and Dr. Pratibha are doing as doctors is so inspirational. It's so inspirational that I actually wanted to do this even more, to kind of spread the awareness, and it's benefiting so many people. So my experience here has been truly magical, just like the device that they have made. So, all I want to say is that please watch this video. It's very informative. We have put things in a very simple format. We've had great fun shooting it, so you're going to have fun watching it.
This web series is about a neuroscience discovery that has been made by two prolific doctors, Dr. Sharan and Dr. Pratibha. What I would say is that it's been an incredible experience meeting the doctors in person, not just portraying the part. The part is fictional, but as a person who has been a caretaker to people in family, I know what happens when diseases come into a family. It just disrupts your entire life. And to be honest, I have never met God. God is in the form of doctors. And what these two people do is nothing less than godliness.
I'm very thankful to Dr. Jagdish Chaturvedi ji to have introduced me to this wonderful team. Dr. Sharan and Pratibha Sharan, Dr. Pratibha Sharan, for doing this human service that they have been doing to help patients recover from neurological disorders, and been doing this state-of-the-art brain surgeries to to cure a lot of patients. And Bartidhangene Dr. Sharan, he showed me a presentation about his patients and the surgeries he has done, and I was floored beyond. I was like, can somebody be so service-minded and be so considerate of people who are suffering and going through a lot of pain, and the service he has done, the kind of surgeries he has done, and Dr. Pratibha Sharan taking care of neurological patients and rehabilitation programs that she conducts. It is just phenomenal.